first guest tonight is a real live legend. He's got 2 Tonys, 3 Grammys, 3 Emmys, and 4 Golden Globes in her breakfast nook, and a new children's book. This is it. It's called The Tale of the Mandarin Duck. It's available now. Please welcome Bette Midler. Hi, Bette. How are you? It's great to see you.
Thank you so much. It's great to see you, too.
Are you at home? Are you residing at home right now?
I am in a home. I am in a home. I'm in a home. I'm in a house upstate, a little bit outside of New York City.
Have you been vaccinated?
I have. I had both shots.
Oh, you had both. Great. Excellent. Yeah. You feel okay? Do you have any side effects or anything like that?
I had my arm hurt a tiny little bit, and I was a little bit tired for a couple of days, just a little tired, but I'm always tired. And I feel fine, and I'm very relieved. I'm incredibly relieved.
I bet.
Just incredibly relieved. And I'm feeling like, oh, I can do anything. But of course I can't do anything.
How long do you have to wait after the second shot before you feel like you're fully vaccinated?
I had the Pfizer, and it's a 2-week wait.
2 weeks. What are you going to do? Are you going to go crazy, just head out, start traveling and doing things? Or...
I have tons of anonymous sex. No,
yes,
actually, I have no idea. I have no idea. It's so strange. The whole last few years have been so bizarre, and I feel that there's a kind of a pall over all of us, and I don't actually know when I'm going to recover from that. I'm just working my way through it now. The pandemic is the least of it. You know, I mean, I don't mean to put anybody down or make anyone feel lesser than, but the whole thing is it's such a nightmare. It's been like this for years. So in a funny way, I feel like a part of a battle has ended, but we're still in a war. So it's weird.
It could have been worse.
Couldn't have been any worse.
What have you been doing? How have you been keeping busy? What do you do every day?
Well, do I have a regimen, you mean? I was actually kind of surprised at how busy I was. I did a ton of benefits. I did a thing for HBO. I wrote a book, or rather, I helped edit a book. This book that's just coming out. I did a lot. I was surprised, and I tried to stay. My daughter got married. That was a big deal.
Your daughter got married, and I would imagine it wasn't necessarily the way you guys expected. How many people were at the wedding?
10 people.
10 people.
No, 11 people. 11 people.
11 people.
I don't want to cut anybody out.
And in a way, I don't know, I feel like in a way you could say maybe you got lucky a little bit having an 11-person wedding. So did you guys all pitch in and do all the wedding stuff yourselves as a family?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Well, they came in and they said they had some news for us, and I'm thinking like, she's pregnant. It wasn't that. She said that they had decided they were going to get married. Of course, we were like over the moon. And then we started talking about it, and we divided it up. My husband did the food. I did the flowers. They asked their friends to do to join the universal life and become ministers, and they wrote their own vows. And it was so sweet. It was so sweet. And to tell you the truth, I mean, my wedding was 2 people, my husband and me. And of course, the Elvis impersonator that married us. We eloped to Vegas. And so we had nobody, except the Elvis impersonator, and she had 10 friends. So I think actually I think they were both wonderful weddings, but she was over the moon because she's been to 50 weddings, more than 50 weddings, maybe 150 weddings.
Wow.
Everybody she knows. That's the thing with kids. They go on they make these plans and they get married in the water, or they get married in an airplane and they jump out the window. I mean, it's just crazy what they do. And she didn't want to do that. She just wanted to have, be civilized. And they had a great time. They just had a great time. They stayed up all night. They drank. They had a ball.
You got married in, what year was it you got married in Vegas?
I was married in 1984.
Oh, boy. I wish, you know what? I was living probably within miles of where you got married in 1984. Was it like a spur-of-the-moment type of Vegas wedding?
Yes. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I asked him. What
time did you get married? What time did...
Well, I'll tell you what happened. We went around. He got all dressed up in this suit that I was like, I'm not getting married with you. I'm not marrying you in that suit. And so he had to change his suit. And then we went to the one of the little churches. We went to get the license. And when we got to the license, to the civil ceremony, there was a girl there, and there was a whole other family. There was the boy and then his family, and she didn't have anybody, and she was sobbing her eyes out. I mean, she was miserable. She didn't look like she wanted to get married at all. And we turned right around and went out the door because we didn't want to be part of that. So then we came back and we did the civil thing, and then we went to the not the Church of the Heavenly Rest, the church, the Starlight Chapel. I think we went to the Starlight Chapel. There were a few chapels around Vegas. You know that.
Sure, still are. Yeah.
And he was. We had Nino Rota, a tape of Nino Rota music from Juliet of the Spirits, and we walked down the aisle, and the Elvis impersonator did the ceremony, and then we walked out. And the funny thing is that there were no cell phones, of course, in 1984, and we had no pictures. But apparently there was a photographer there, and when the Starlight Chapel closed its doors, which was about 5 years ago, they sent us the pictures. We've never seen the pictures.
You didn't buy the package at the end of the deal?
Kidding?
We have the photograph, I believe, and there's you and your husband in the suit you made him change into.
Yeah. Yes.
Very
well,
sweet.
The other suit was a little, what's the name of that? Harold. What's the name of that character in Music Man? A little bit like that.
Oh, you're asking the absolute worst person.
Please. Well, I used to know, but I don't know anything anymore. I have COVID brain. I don't remember anything. I don't even know what day it is.
Did you sing at your daughter's wedding?
Oh, she wouldn't have me sing.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? Oh, my God. She spent the first 5 years of her life saying, Mommy, don't sing. Mommy, don't sing. So I got the picture. Now we kind of sing together, but our harmonies are a little bit wonky. I'm like, I don't have the notes that I once had. So well, we love it. We love it.
Yeah. Oh, if only you had any songs that were appropriate for weddings, that would be.
Oh, really?
I think you sang at all of our family weddings. You just don't realize it. We are going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to meet the duck. Bette Midler is with us. This is her book, The Tale of the Mandarin Duck. We'll be right back. Bette Midler is with us. She is the author of this new book for kids called The Tale of the Mandarin Duck, A Modern Fable. This is, I know this is a weird thing, but this is based on a real duck, yeah?
Yeah. It's a true story. Well, it's not exactly a true story. It's a fable. But that's a real bird. That duck actually exists in nature. I had never seen it, and
this is a beautiful duck, I have to say. I mean, I've never seen such. It looks like it mated with a parrot or something like that. And this is a real species of duck, the Mandarin duck.
Yes, they're very well known in the East, in the Far East, and where they have great status and they're considered very lucky. And there's never been one here. Nobody knows where he came from. He had a tag, but he's a mysterious duck. No one came forward to claim him. No zoo ever said it was their duck, and no human said that's my duck. So he was quite mysterious. And then one day he flew away. But first, he brought an entire city to the Central Park pond to watch him display his colors.
No wonder he left. I guess that makes sense. He's like, what are all these people staring at me for? Did you ever go to watch? Did you see the duck in person?
I believe I was working in Vegas.
Oh, you were not there. Okay, all right. The duck was short-lived in Central Park, but now lives forever in this children's book. This is you were inspired by the duck to write this book.
Well, a friend of mine, I went to Thanksgiving dinner, and my dinner partner was a girl that I knew, but I didn't know she was a birder. And she said, I love birds, and I go to the park every day, and I photograph birds. And I said, oh, what did you see? And she told me that she had been documenting this Mandarin duck. Had I seen it? And I had seen, in the paper, they had talked about it as being a phenomenon. And she showed me the bird on the phone, and I was absolutely knocked out. I'd never seen a bird like it.
Yeah.
And she said, I'd love to write a children's book, but I hate writing. So I said, oh, I like to write. I'll write it for you. And I went home, and I just kind of banged it out, that night, because it really spoke to me. I have to say, the line drawings are fantastic. Now, I know you did your own line drawings for your own.
I did. I wrote about a goose instead of a duck, but I think we're in the same general kind of neighborhood together.
Yes, we are. We both love birds. But listen, you can really draw. I can't draw.
Oh, thank you, Bette. Well, you know what? I can't sing.
Now?
Or do anything, really. Hey, Bette, I do want to ask you about something, because I have this Rolling Stone magazine. You were on the cover. This is when Rolling Stone, they print on newsprint. This was 48 years ago this week. You were on the cover of Rolling Stone. And in it, you talk about watching yourself on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. And I wonder do you remember much about that particular, the first time you were on Johnny Carson?
You know, there were several things about Johnny Carson.
Okay.
I went to the audition. The first time I had an audition, I was wearing vintage clothes, and I got out of the car and my dress ripped all the way across my butt.
Wow.
And I said to my manager, who will be nameless, "Oh my God, my dress is ripped. Let me have, what did I ask him for? Let me have your jacket to hide my panties." And he said, "I can't go into the Tonight Show without a jacket." I said, "But what about my ass?" Anyway, he wouldn't give me the jacket. And I went into the ladies' room and I asked a girl, she had a safety pin. There were no safety pins. So I took a paper clip and I sort of stitched my dress together. And by the time I got out for that audition, I was so angry that I gave the audition of life. I mean, I was like bigger than I really gave it my all. I mean, I was livid. So I got the gig. And the first time I went, I think I didn't wear a bra, and I think I was bouncing up and down. And I think this was a scandal. This was a big scandal. So I think that's what it was.
Wow.
It was a big scandal. But he asked me back.
And you fired the manager, I assume?
Actually, I didn't.
You didn't know.
Later, I fired the manager.
Okay, well, it's really wonderful to have you. The Tale of the Mandarin Duck is the book. It's available now. Miss Bette Midler, everybody. Thank you. Great to see you. We'll be back with Isa Gonzalez. Thanks for watching. If you liked that video, click the subscribe button. And if you didn't like it, well, you hurt my feelings.